Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Wayne's World Garage. Phil and I are going to be here today at the sawmill working on fixing our tracks and trying to figure out what the best solution is here to get this thing stable and cutting some straight wood. If you've got any ideas how to do a better job, please let us know. The real question is, how do we stabilize the tracks? Because they're not stable. I want to put concrete down, not everybody does. So leave a comment, what do you guys do? Thanks for watching and please subscribe. Alright, well here's what we're thinking of doing here. We're going to take the transit out here and we're going to remeasure all of these tracks and see how the tracks look, see if they're where they're supposed to be. We know they're not, but that's hopefully in preparation for stabilizing them a little bit more. Whether we use concrete, which is what I like to do, or put more wood in the ground, or just maybe more piece of wood going across them. If you have any ideas on how to do this right, let us know. This sawmill gets used 2 or 3 hours a week, that's it. So, but we still want it to be somewhat semi-permanent. So the first step here is take the transit. It's not a theodolite, it's a transit for surveying instrument, and level this guy off and get him ready. That's kind of boring to watch, but I can let the video run while I do that. .214 and 1/8.
What did you say? 14 and 1/8?
214, 214 inches, is that right? Yeah. 214 and 1/8. Does that look like a good number?
For what?
The ruler, I'm measuring the vertical part of the ruler. I'm seeing it at 214 and 1/8. The part I can see.
Where you getting the two?
Oh, you know what it is? It's 21 point. No, it's 214. I don't know where I'm getting it from. I'm getting it from the ruler. Ah, okay. My bad. This makes more sense. We're going to call it 23 inches and 5/8.
Okay.
Phew. So 23 inches, 5/8 for the first measurement. All right, so we pull the knees forward, and after we pull the knees forward, let's try this one more time. Oh, shoot. So I cannot see the ruler now.
Huh?
I can't see the ruler now.
Well, that's because you're looking the wrong direction.
No, I haven't moved it. The knees are in the way. It's blocking. Can you pull the knees back out a little bit?
Oh, so where you're sitting.
Yeah, you see my, yeah. I think one, yeah,
Try that.
let's try that, yeah. Okay, I can see that, yep. Whoops, you just dropped it, I saw that. I'm just double checking my numbers here, that's all.
Okay.
We're calling that one 24 and 1/4.
We haven't changed.
That's a good thing. So 24.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, no, it's not bad.
Ah,
It's not a bad thing. Now, if you put it on the other side of the track, let's see what we
so
get.
now we're 24 and 1/4.
What were we before?
23 and 5/8.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's what
I thought you said we were the same. Got
No,
it. No, I got it. Okay, whoops. Whoops.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah,
So we're going to go with 24 and 1/4.
yep. Well, and now that's okay because on that piece of paper, we'll make sure we know where the knees were. You know what I'm saying? And we put a log on here, it's going to be different. And that's exactly what we're running. That's exactly, tell me when you're ready. That's 24 exactly.
24 exactly.
Which?
1/4 inch off.
1/4 inch off, okay.
Let's see what the numbers are.
12 and 5/8.
12 and 5/8?
Yep. Now you're doing from the carriage and not the, yeah, okay. And now you're at, we're going to call that 12 and 5/8. Within an eighth of an inch.
12 and 5/8?
Yep, within an eighth of an inch. It's pretty damn close.
Well, that's even.
Yes.
So,
And you're on the actual carriage.
right, I'm on the carriage.
Got
The
it.
carriage is even.
Yep, okay.
The track's off from where we were measuring a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, well, that's what, I think that's what Clark was saying. He said this, and I didn't find it. You look in the manual, this hump is deceptive because it's not supposed to be, this is not the same distance. You have to drop it down some.
It's got to be on the side, but even with that,
Yeah.
because of the way it slopes down.
Well, you know what I'll do is I've got my metal, I think. We'll put a piece of straight angle across here.
Well, here's another way of doing it. We can measure by the cross beams
Yeah.
against the track,
Yeah.
because they're welded to it.
Right, right. You want another number then?
Yeah, shoot, give me that. Whoop. Here. Let's, I can do is give you the numbers to look at.
You're at 26.
26?
Yes. You're at 25 and 7/8. You're on the carriage now.
Right.
Got it. Not the knees, the carriage.
Correct.
Got it.
So you got an 1/8 inch difference.
Okay.
The outside's high.
With no load, yeah. Okay.
No load, of course, that's not going to work either.
Why is that?
Well, you would have thought that these would have been welded in even.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like they are.
Got it. So maybe just a track, I don't know. So for a 23 and 5/8, 7 and 7/8, 23 and 7/8, 7 and 3/4.
I'm just going to go center carriage. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, whatever you think. As long as you know where it is, you know what I'm saying. We know what we're doing. All right. Oops.
Oh.
Hold that thing still. 7 and 7/8. 24 inches exactly. Yep, 24 exactly. 8 inches. 24. What do you call it? 24.
24?
Yeah. Maybe a tad less. Sorry, I lost it. Hold on. There we are. 23 and 7/8. 8 exactly. 8 and 1/8. 23 and 7/8. So do we move the carriage down now to, you're measuring the carriage on the tracks with no load.
So let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now this shouldn't matter. This isn't.
23 and 5/8. 23 and a half. Shift at 90, rotate 90. There you go.
You can't see through this thing?
23 and, gee whiz, 23 and 5/16.
Now we get
It's right in between the two marks. That's why I usually it's, close enough to just give you a 1, but
Yeah.
we're only doing an 1/8. But 23 and 3/8. 23 and 1/4. 23 and 1/8. And it's interesting, you're on the husk now,
Yep.
and they're consistent.
1/8 of an inch difference here to here.
Okay. But the previous measurement on the husk?
23 and 5/16. So you're you're within a 16th of an inch.
Yeah.
And this was an 1/8 of an inch. This was 23 and 3/8 here.
Yep.
Unless you want to reshoot it.
I don't know if we need to do that. We could, but it's like a waste of time. But
I mean, without the carriage on it. But
yeah.
Because I find it hard to believe.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to, let's roll the carriage down and see if the tracks are level.
Yeah. Let me walk
I don't not believe that's gonna make a rip of difference. If it does, like you said, if it does, we have broken welds or something really.
And that may not have been, I mean, because at the middle of the saw,
Yeah.
it was 23 and 3/8
Mm-hmm.
without the carriage.
Right.
It was 23 and 1/8 here. Right there.
Quarter inch off.
Yeah, in a span of 3 feet.
Yeah.
So, and then at the beginning of the blade was 23 and 5/8. On the inside, 23 and 1/2 on the outside.
I don't worry, I mean, but I think.
Is it possible that all the numbers are, because you were consistent.
Yeah. Just in my head, I keep thinking, we can do this a million times
Yeah.
until we stabilize the tracks. We're wasting our time here.
Well, are we? Are we really off? You had 23 and 5/8 at the beginning of the saw
Yep.
with the carriage. Without the carriage was 23 and 1/2, 1/8 of an inch difference.
Right. And that was measuring on the tracks.
Center of the saw was 23 and 3/8 with the carriage, 23 and 5/16 without.
So these numbers are good. When we put some big weight on here, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Because this, like you said, weighs 600 pounds, maybe, I don't know what it weighs, 1,000 pounds. Put some real weight on it, and if it changes then, that confirms we've got a really significant problem.
But we had.
I'm not convinced we do.
We had 17 and a 16th. That was the same before. Where did we measure the other one? I thought we had one there. I don't see the writing on it. Oh, there it is. 17. 17 and a half. So you had 17 and a half here, 17 and 16th there.
That's a big difference.
It's a huge difference for that close
Yeah.
on the husk.
Wow.
That's a 1/4 inch.
So you went from here to down there is a 1/4 inch difference.
From what we had before,
Yeah.
17 and 16th,
Yep.
right here,
Yep.
center of the saw.
Yep. You want to just double check those numbers? So you're saying from, without me visualizing it, 'cause you're saying from basically from here, move down 4 feet, we're off by 1/2 inch.
Let's see, right now it's 23 and a half, center of the saw, forward was, no, we were off, well, that was done without a carriage on it, those numbers,
Right.
17. So let's take today's numbers. The front, right here, where
Yep.
it says 23 and an 1/8.
Okay.
Center of the saw,
Yep.
23 and a half.
3/8 of an inch difference.
Yeah,
And the track.
the track.
So that's either,
Interestingly enough,
yeah.
it was 7 3/4
Uh-huh.
the ways,
Yep.
7 3/8.
What was the number? So is it possible the track is worn out right where the saw is?
I can guarantee you probably is.
You know, if it's lower, but I can't believe it'd be that much lower. Tracks are replaceable. Oh, maybe some money.
Let's see what we got. That wheel looks airborne.
Well, so if you look down here, what I'm looking at also is this wheel? Oh, it's not the wheel. That's why.
Wow.
Look at the brush.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the fuller brush.
I was doing that too.
You know,
It's
look
kind
at
of
the
like,
brush, this is not right. We got an issue here, dude.
The wheel looks
wheel's ready
cockeyed.
to fall off, and I didn't realize it wasn't the wheel.
And that one does that every time. And
I don't know that it matters that much when there's no weight on it. I mean, because my point is, it's not relevant.
But I'll tell you,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if there's weight on it.
Oh no, if you put weight on this thing, this wheel won't spin.
Oh yeah, it does. This is
it depends.
This is airborne
Yeah.
from there to about here.
But if I stand on it now, it's gonna still be airborne?
Yeah, I don't think you can move it. Oh, you did. Yeah, you did.
It flexes.
Yeah.
It flexes, yeah, because
But I'll
it's...
lay you odds now the back is up.
Oh, I bet you not. We'll go ahead and check if you feel like it. Without breaking your neck. I don't think, I bet you the frame flexed.
If the frame is flexing, then
Yeah.
where are you, wheel? This wheel's up.
So now try it now?
This wheel's up.
About the
A little
same.
bit.
Yeah.
About the same.
Yeah. I mean, this is just like flexing a car frame. This
With
is
that, when we're cutting,
yeah. It's all off
with
of
a
it.
log on her, that's off the ground.
Well, I can believe that because if we're cutting a log that goes from this knee to that one, where's a lot of the weight? A lot of the weight is here, right where I'm standing. A lot of the weight is halfway down. You know, so this
Well,
doesn't
and the
have weight
blade will
on it.
be flexing it too a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'll bet you put a log on it, even those little logs here, this won't spin like this.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Oh, even a short log?
Even with a long log, it does not matter.
Long log I can see because long log, I can see
When
it.
we were cutting those boards,
Yeah.
this raises up.
Hmm.
And I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, this is not even rubbing.
Yeah.
It's up.
Yep.
Well, it's up about a 16th of an inch.
Or so, a little bit more. But in the scheme of things,
Once it has, guarantee if there's a log on the two front knees, that wheel will never come off the ground. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. We bet lunch on. We can do it right now if you want.
you put a log on the two front there.
Even a small log there. You put a log on the center of this thing, that wheel won't. Let's do it. We got time, right?
Yeah, because I can guarantee you it does it.
You can guarantee me do it. This sounds like a lunch bet.
I'll treat you lunch on this one. Where are my gloves?
There you
Are
go.
they over there?
Hold on a second.
They over there?
I want to document this. They are. Let me get to it. Shut off on me?
Oh man, sinking down.
Hold on, get some horsepower here. Don't break your knee. Don't break your knee. Use some added horsepower.
Okay.
So that's what these other guys got to do too. You saw that last week. We were talking about it. You cannot put yourself between this freaking
Oh my
carriage
God, no.
and this log. And what was it? I hate to say that's. So that's good right there. Don't go too far. You want the weight on the back, don't go in the back.
Oh, that'll work. Okay.
You know where I'm coming from.
We don't put it in the cutting position. Okay. All
Oh, we
right.
could.
That's
The
all
whole
right.
idea is to get some weight on the thing, see what the weight does,
Okay.
which I believe.
Right now, okay, with weight on it, this wheel's airborne. This one here.
So this gets back to putting a string on this thing. And, you know, we put a piece of metal right down here, or a piece of wood, clamp it, string it. Let's see what this thing looks like. Because that still tells me, like you said, we might have consistent numbers left and right, but if it goes like this in the center, that's what we're seeing.
Throw one more curveball at you. What if it's the carriage?
It very well could be.
The carriage is bowed.
The carriage could be, but the carriage, I am positive the carriage is bowed. But I'm a little bit surprised with a little bit of weight. When I stand on it, is it getting better? No.
No.
I mean, it's up.
So the way to do this is start from the base, and the base is, like you said, take off the freaking carriage, put strings on it,
Yeah.
and stabilize it. And if we don't do that, but anyway, the real question is now, is this back wheel spinning? This lunch.
Or wheel.
No, the back one we were talking, it was spinning, right? That's when it was spinning. And I would suggest it's not spinning anymore. It could be.
This one?
Is it loose?
Well, we gotta move it up.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we're
Well, I think it's time for hamburger.
exactly.
Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, is it still loose?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm telling you.
All right.
It does not. It'll do that.
So even with
Large log.
even with a small log on it, which is kind of,
And the knees are back this way too now.
so I'm kind of scratching my head why that wheel would be spinning. And the only reason it could spin that much, Phil, is the track bows down in the middle, which gets back to putting strings on it.
Back in that corner.
Yeah.
Because
All right. Well, that's the end of this video. And I think we finally got it figured out. The track, I don't believe, bows down in the middle. But what happens is at the end of the track where we start loading on, at the onload section, it bows down. And then what happens is when you have a 16-foot log, it lifts the carriage up in the center. So the solution, as we think we know, is to put a string on this thing on the tracks and then see what it looks like, because we haven't done that before. Previously, we were assuming as long as the tracks were parallel left and right and the same height left and right, that was important. But actually, it's just as important, I believe, that they're in line the entire distance. So X and Y, blah, blah, blah. And we'll take a look at that. We were going to bring the forks in on the tractor and just lift up the carriage and do this. But friggin' Jeep gave me a better idea. And he says, why don't you just take some jacks, scissor jacks, jack up the carriage, run your strings. That's next week's project. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.